Our gods are multifaceted. Your garden should be too. Hey there, you beautiful heathen. How you doing? I'm Matt Sargent. Welcome to Awa's Initiations. As you know, I'm a big fan of growing your own food, fiber, fuel, and medicine. But when we're doing so, and we're designing our heathen homestead and our eco garden, we want to be mindful and take the lesson that we can see in our gods and how they're multifaceted and apply it to every element that we see in the garden. As I said, our gods are multifaceted. If you look at any of our gods, they are more than just one element. Yes, Thor is the god of thunder and lightning, but he also brings rain, and he's the defender of Midgard and Asgard. Freya, not only is she a goddess of love and fertility, but she's also a goddess of war and a goddess of death. And this is part of what makes her gods so attractive. They're complex figures, and every element that you add to your heathen homestead should be multifaceted like this. In permaculture, it's called function stacking. Briefly, any element that you add that you have to maintain to your garden or your homestead should serve at least three purposes. One of the best examples of function stacking is the chicken. Yeah, of course you get some eggs out of it, and eggs are great. And if you're raising your chickens right, the eggs are super nutritious. But so you could just, keep the chickens in a coop and run and have a lot of work cleaning their bedding and get some chicken eggs. Or you can let the chickens be a part of the homestead overall and stack functions with them, because the chickens provide eggs. That's one thing that they do. You can use them to help till the garden, either before or after a growing season, either with portable chicken type tractors or portable electric net fencing, or even just having a bunch of fencing in your garden and locking the chickens in one part of the garden and letting them scratch and till up the area. They'll fertilize it while they're at it, and they'll eat weed seeds. So there's a lot of things that a chicken can do on the homestead that is more than just providing eggs. So whenever you're thinking about adding a new element to your homestead or your eco garden, make sure that it has multiple benefits that you can get out of investing the time and labor for. In addition to the chickens, they'll need a coop. You can use the chicken coop roof as hard water rain catchment, either to water the chickens or catch the water there to feed into a pond and swale system. If you want to learn more about rain harvesting, check out the video in the upper corner of your screen. So this is true for anything that you build on the homestead or in the garden. It should have multiple purposes, serve multiple functions, but it also applies to anything that requires your energy to establish or maintain. Trees naturally kind of provide multiple benefits, some more than others. An apple tree provides apples, which is great, provides habitat for birds. And the birds do pest control, will help with pest control, eat weed seeds, etc. And the apple tree provides some shade, which helps protect crops from the heat, and it also helps alleviate compaction from the rain and protect your soil. So those are some of the benefits of an apple tree. But then you can look at other trees from the leguminous family, something like black locust, which has a seed pod that's edible. It's not very tasty. Chickens love it. So you could have a black locust tree next to your apple tree, and the seed pods will feed your chickens or your turkeys. My goats love locusts. It's been my experience that sheep and cattle love it too. The leaves are actually a very nutritious fodder for ruminants. Black locust is also one of the earliest trees to flower in the spring, so it's a great source of food for the bees. And feeding the bees in and of itself is great, but if you're attracting bees, that means that they'll be visiting again so they can help pollinate the rest of your garden. That's pretty important, right? In addition to all that, black locust is a nitrogen fixer, so when you prune the branches to collect fodder to feed your goats or your ruminants, some of the roots die back, and the roots form associations with a nitrogen fixing bacteria. When that root dies back, that nitrogen that the bacteria has created to feed the tree is released to the soil. If this locust is next to your apple tree, now your apple gets a boost of nitrogen, and It's win, 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 win. And that's what we call function stacking.